Okay, so this is going to be a practice video. May or may not show it. Got my gardening nails on. Been doing some gardening. Um, and I intend on painting some cactuses or succulents on some glass, but I first want to try it on a piece of multimedia paper that I usually paint on. I can show you kind of another one that I've done on multimedia, and that would be this one. When we got you upside down, don't we? I wonder if we'll be able to change that. Okay, so like I said, this is practice. Anyway, so I'm going to use multimedia paper first. I'll put some gesso on it to make it kind of hard and make the paint adhere to it a little better, because after I do the multimedia paper, I'm also going to do it on a canvas. So I'll practice again, like I said, with the multimedia paper, and then I'll do the canvas. So let's get started. First of all, I want to show my paints. So I'm going to pause this video. Okay, so I've got my paints mixed. I'm trying to use some of my older paints right now because I am practicing. But the colors that I have here are titanium white. I have two areas of titanium white. We're going to be using a lot of that. I have some unbleached titanium. I have a mixture of some magenta and some true red here. I have, I think this one is Candyman yellow. I have a Candyman yellow light and a Candyman yellow deep, and I've mixed it together to make a medium. I have, this is called I think it's called yellow oxide. And then the green that I chose was a deep green permanent. And then this one here is like an ultra marine blue. And I've mixed the two together to make kind of a turquoise color in the middle. This color here is a burnt sienna. Oh, no. This one is not burnt sienna. This is... yeah, it is burnt sienna. And then I have a burnt umber, and then I have a black. So pretty much any black that you want to use. Okay, I am going to mix a teeny bit of the deep blue, marine blue, and with the white here, and probably just a tad bit of the burnt sienna here, because it tones down the blue just a little. Okay, mostly white though. All right, so we're going to start with that. It's probably going to be 90% white or more. It's just this really soft, dusty blue. So this is going to be the background for our succulents. This paint is some of my older paint, so it is a little thick, so I am having to add a little water here and there to get it to spread a little better. I have some newer paints that I'll use on the canvas and on the glass, the final glass piece that I'm doing for a friend. But to practice, I wanted to use these older paints and just, you know, not waste my good paints. So I'm having to add a little water, and it's taking a little longer to spread these. But I think this is good to start for a background. I'll have to tell you the truth, my eyesight is not as good as it used to be when I painted years ago, but I try not to let it slow me down any. And I'm going to keep on getting this here. And I am taking this video from another video that I saw. So I'm kind of copying her a little and changing it up some because I typically paint from my paint books, as a lot of you guys know. I have the directions, the colors. They tell me, you know, what to float where and what shadow where, and it's just easier for me to follow that way. So right now I'm following another video, but I'm making my own video too. So I can kind of get the hang of making my own video. So I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the same brush that we were using that has some of those same colors on it, but we're going to pick up some black and we're going to bring it across the bottom here as a base, okay? So let me just pause for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to pick up some black. So we want to pick up the paint that we had before first and put on the brush, that mix. So just on the edge there, we'll pick up a little bit of black on the edge of our brush. And just going to move it around a little bit more. Move it around. There you go. See, to get like a float. You're going to get like a float there. All right. So I think the darkest part is going to be at the bottom. Gonna make it just a little bit taller. Okay. Maybe a little water. Seems a little dry. And here we go. I think this will be better. There we go. And straight across. Straight across. A little more black on the bottom, I think. There we go. Let's make it just a little more contrast of black on the bottom, I think. So, all right. So I think that should make it pretty even. Maybe a little bit higher. All right, so now, again, I'm going to pause and dry this. I think I'm going to use the blow dryer to dry this. So, oh, sorry guys, I'm going back and making this line a little darker. So I put a little more black on the edge of my brush and just turned it the opposite way, just so we can have a clear definition of the separation of where the pots of succulents are going to sit. Okay, and let me dry this. Okay, so on the video, the first one she did, the first pot, she came about an inch down, came over, and then she came to about the halfway mark in the top part, so she just kind of came up. Seems like she was over a little more, but that's okay. Very good drawer. That's about halfway, I think. All right, so there's the first pot. All right, so I think you're having a hard time seeing this chalk, so I'm going to grab some of the kids' chalks. I'm going to go get some of Emery's chalk and use. Okay, so now maybe you can see a little better. I'm going to do it in this color. There you go. Okay, this one's going to be kind of a circle, and the bottom is kind of, you could put them at different heights, but we're lining them up. I'm lining them up because she lined them up. So, so this one goes like that, and then this one like this, and one like this, and like this, and then this one has like a little hat, sits on top of it like that. Okay. I'm going to change colors again. Oh, here you go. I'm having a little trouble seeing that. We're changing, we're changing the, oh, yeah, that's not cool. Okay, now she's changing the color of the, all right, so we're going to have some pink mixed in there. Yeah, I'm glad this is a practice video. Okay, so let's try this again. All right, so this one's going to be the spiky one. Yeah, come on. All right, pause. All right, we're going to grab some burnt sienna and do this pot right here. Are we on? These paints are not, you know, they're not flowing like I feel like they should because, like I said, I used some older paints, but that's when you just need to add a little water and get them to flow a little better. So this is our practice painting. So we will be doing another one on canvas before we do one on glass to make sure that we get it how we want it. So this needs to come a little, I'm going to keep getting a little messed up on this little top hat here. Turn it, sometimes it helps to turn things. Over a little more on this side. And as you can see, the paint is kind of, it's picking itself up because it's part dry and part wet. So we're going to let that dry a little bit and then put another coat on it, and then it'll look much better. So we're going to just consider this kind of a base coat. And let's go on over to our blow dryer. I'm going to put you on pause. Alright, so we're back on. This, I believe, is dry enough for us to go ahead and put our next coating. So let's go up. Try not to go over your original. Okay. It's kind of thin because, like I said, I did put some water in with this because it's just some older paint. Our next one will be, we'll use some newer paints and we won't have to thin as much with water. They'll be good to go. Okay. I don't ever see anyone else turning their stuff like I do, but it's a habit that I have. I'm left-handed. Don't know that that makes a difference, but I paint left-handed. Alright, so let's let that dry and let's move on to our next piece. Our next pot, I think, is what she wants to do, is the next pot. All right, so keep in mind we're just using multimedia paper here. It's like a thick paper, just to kind of practice because I haven't painted in so long. And